Hi everybody, we often get the request, how do I explain yoga to my children or to my friends? This is unknown to them, they come from different traditions. Can I, in a quick way, explain it to them? Yes, I'm going to give you a few minutes talk that you can share with others that will help you articulate how to explain yoga. Yoga can be explained in one singular sentence. I'm going to use the Sanskrit, but you don't have to use those words. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. It means yoga is the cessation of the waves of the mind. That means when the waves of the mind subside, I am in yoga. What does it mean? I am in yoga. Yoga means union. It is based on the idea that behind this body and behind this mind, I am the self. This is not a strange concept. Christianity upholds the same idea, the kingdom of God is within. That means I just don't have a soul, I am the soul. When this body dies, what remains is a part of my true essence that ascends to the different realms and then, according to yoga, is reborn again and again until liberation has been attained. The idea is that, therefore, behind this body and mind, my true nature is waiting to be manifested. So yoga means manifestation of the light that is within. And I have to do that by eradicating the waves of the mind. In other words, these waves of the mind stand in between me and manifesting my true potential. How do I minimize these waves? Yoga acknowledges that there are four main schools of thought or methods to help us achieve this idea. The first is that we're most familiar with is the school of Raja Yoga. Everywhere where you see yoga schools around you, that is a fraction of the practice of Raja Yoga. And Raja Yoga means the king of yogas. It's a school of meditation and practices. And the idea here is that through taking all the tension out of the body, by meditating, doing breath work, the waves of the mind subside. And when the waves of the mind subside, basically it's like the mind becomes like a transparent piece of glass and the soul can manifest through. In other words, now, in our unmanifested form, the mind and its waves are blocking the light from coming through. It's like the window is dirty and the sun is trying to break through into your room, but the moment I clean my windows, the light is able to move through. So this is the basic concept. And the Raja Yoga, the school of the spiritual practices, is one method, but there are more methods. Another method which you will find much practiced in our Western culture, whether people are aware of it or not, is the school of devotion. Prayer, going to church, mosque, in temples, doing worship ceremonies. All of these practices is a stream of love towards the divine. Is it not true that when I love somebody, I want to become one with that person? This is the whole idea behind why we are attracted to each other. Deep down inside, we want to become completely one. And there's moments when we experience this oneness. And this oneness is where you and I cease to be two, we become one. So in this stream of devotion towards God, all differences disappear, and the waves of the mind, which is duality, becomes singular. And then again, the window is transparent, there's no waves of the mind, and the love of my own self, my true being, manifest. The third school is the school of karma yoga, the yoga of work. In karma yoga, think of somebody like Mother Teresa, picking up people from the street that are dying. The compassion and the love behind it, this is not an effort, this is a stream of love consciousness. She feels one with all the people around her. And the idea of that kind of love, right? the idea of service is that there is no more division. I feel a oneness with all beings in this world. And again, once the state of duality then transforms into singularity, the mind becomes calm in the stream of service and love. And what happens is, once again, the self manifests. I feel that your soul and my soul, it's all one and the same. So the basic concept between all these yogas is that my true nature needs to manifest within. And what method do I use? The last method could be Jnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge, which is considered to be the most difficult form. Not the best form, the more difficult form. And the idea behind Jnana Yoga is that everything that I see is not what it appears to be. See, I see duality. I'm here, the subject, there is the object. And the moment I am feeling separate from all other things around me, I'm in a state of duality. My mind is in flux. I'm continuously reacting to everything around me. Jnana Yoga says, no, what we're seeing is wrong. We're not seeing it right. The best way to explain this is to think about quantum physics. Quantum physics says, and it's not an opinion, it's actually a scientific fact, that you and I do not really exist as separate objects. I mean, if I look at a microscope, and I zoom in, and I find that all matter disappears. Eventually, all that remains is energy. And this energy is one field, the unified field. And we are all part of it. So in this idea of quantum physics, there is no two. Now, the yoga philosophy of Jnana Yoga then says, well, that field is not just a random field of energy. At the base of it all is consciousness. If I go down deep enough, I'll find that you and I and all things that exist actually exist as one. And I can experience this. So where does union come in? Yoga. Yoga is when I feel that my true self, not only do I manifest myself as light consciousness, but actually I'm also, as light consciousness, one with all things. Center everywhere, circumference nowhere. At that moment, I feel I'm the center of infinity. But so is every other point, because it's infinite, there's no boundaries. In other words, you, me, I, all things around us, we are all, from our own perspective, at the center of this ocean of oneness, but yet we're all connected, we're all one. There's really no duality at all. This is the state of enlightenment, and this is what yoga strives to attain. This is what our job then as a yogi is, to become one with all things and to be free from the chain of duality. And then, of course, the chain of rebirth, over and over again, being tossed in this whirlpool of time, space, and causation, which is basically the world we live in. As long as these tendencies in the mind remain, basically as long as the subconscious mind, the unconscious, still holds ideas of separation, those tendencies is what propel us back life after life on this earth or other worlds, whatever the case may be. And the idea is then to kind of clear out all ideas of separation. And separation then is in the form of devotion, meditative practices, work on knowledge. I can thereby eradicate all differences. This is basically a short way of explaining people what yoga is. Of course, you can use your own words, but perhaps this may be helpful for you to formulate in your own way when you some sentences, some ways about how to explain yoga to other people. And it is a beautiful concept. It's not a religion. It's something that can be useful for everybody to understand. What is the secret of happiness? How do I manifest the joy that is within me? And anybody who is open would be open to hearing about these kinds of ideas. All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till the next time.